There's nothing more festive than a freshly trimmed Christmas tree. However, they can be dangerous if you don't take the right safety precautions. So here is our guide on Christmas tree fire safety so you can enjoy Christmas in peace. If you live in a condo or apartment, there could be restrictions against live Christmas trees in the unit. So make sure to check with your strata or management company before going out to choose a tree. First, you'll want to decide where you're going to place the tree before you buy it. Begin by taking some basic measurements of the room you're going to put the tree in, so you have an idea of the size and what will safely fit. You'll also want to consider measuring the height of the ceiling, the width of the open space the tree will have, and the distance from heat sources and electrical outlets. If it turns out that you're not allowed to have a live tree in your condo or apartment, artificial trees are the next best option. You might even prefer an artificial tree to avoid the hassle of buying, maintaining, and disposing of a live one. And if you do decide to buy an artificial tree, just make sure it's made of flame retardant materials and is CSA approved, a nationally recognized testing laboratory. Now that the space is ready and you've decided on a real or artificial tree, it's time to head out and choose a tree. The best time to buy a Christmas tree is around the last week of November or the first week of December. When you go early, you'll have more options, and pre-cut trees will be fresher. And when watered properly, a freshly cut tree should last about a month. So when you're at the tree lot, look for a fresh, green tree, and here's how to tell if a Christmas tree is fresh. First, you can bend the needles. If they break, the tree is probably already dried out. If they bend back to regular shape, it's probably a fresh tree. Grip a branch and slide your fist down it. Most of the needles should stay on the tree. Next, check the trunk, especially at the bottom. It should be covered in sap and sticky to the touch. Lastly, shake the tree or drop it against the ground, trunk first. If green needles fall everywhere, it's too dry. After freshness, size is the most important factor. And to choose the right size for your space, follow these measurement recommendations. First, make sure the top of the tree is at least 15 centimeters below the ceiling, or 30 centimeters if you have a tree topper. Take the width of your open floor space and subtract 30 centimeters. That's the maximum diameter of your Christmas tree. And remember that your tree should be at least 1 meter away from any heat source. A quarter of Christmas tree fires happen when the tree is too close to a heat source. Even if the tree fits within the dimensions of the room, you should always make sure that the tree won't be in anyone's way. Aside from blocking a fire escape route like a window, a tree that's blocking walkways is much more at risk of being knocked over as people awkwardly step around it. Before you bring it inside your home, give the tree a good shake to remove any loose needles or other debris stuck in the tree branches. You can even give it a quick blast with a leaf blower if you've got one. Then, before you put your tree in the holder, you'll want to cut off at least 5 centimeters of the trunk. A freshly cut trunk allows the tree to absorb water more effectively. Now, you're going to want to use a tree holder that's wide and strong enough to keep the tree stable. If your tree is wobbly once it's set in the holder, it's not stable enough. To take care of the tree, fill the holder with water as soon as you set your tree up. Then you'll want to check it every day and even set a reminder if you need to, as the holder needs to stay full of water. You might even have to refill it multiple times a day in the beginning, as trees can absorb a lot of water. For instance, a 6-foot tree needs about 4 liters of water per day. Use only CSA certified lights designed for indoor use. Outdoor lights often give off more heat than indoor sets. And the best kind of lights are Christmas tree lights that are efficient LED lights, as they run cooler than other types. So before you set up the lights on the tree, make sure to check the light strings and replace or repair any wiring that is frayed or broken bulbs. For hanging the lights, one rule of thumb is a maximum of 3 light strands per extension cord. Another rule of thumb is 100 mini lights per vertical foot of tree. That is, if you have a 6-foot tree, you should have no more than 600 mini lights on it. If you have a metal artificial tree, don't use electric lights, as they can charge that tree and create an electrocution hazard. If you're running extension cords for your tree lights, take care about how you place them, and never run cords under a rug or carpet, and make sure they're not laid out where people are walking so there are no tripping hazards. And when you go to bed at night, or when you leave the house, unplug or switch off the lights. Not only do the lights slowly dry out the tree, they burn electricity, so it's best not to have them on when you're not around to enjoy them. And if you're using artificial snow spray on your tree, follow the safety directions on the package carefully and make sure the room is well ventilated and there are no open flames. As well, Take this opportunity to check that your smoke detectors are working and replace their batteries if necessary. And you should always keep a fire extinguisher handy just in case. Most communities have Christmas tree recycling programs, which collect old trees and turn them into mulch for gardening. Some programs even let you bring in your tree, they'll mulch it for you and send you home with the remains to use in your own garden. Regardless of what you do with your tree, do not burn it in any indoor fireplaces. Old and dry evergreen trees burn very quickly and very hot, and they can even ignite creosote deposits in your chimney. Home insurance is about peace of mind, and it's always worth it to take a moment and make sure you and your loved ones have the proper coverage. So if you're looking for a comprehensive home insurance policy, you can get a free online quote in 5 minutes at squareoneinsurance.com. Happy holidays and have a great new year.